Kingside.com. Kingside.com.
Hello and welcome to the JavaScript class. My name is Professor Chris Ferguson and this is an introduction video to the online system we'll be using for the most part in our JavaScript class. I'm showing you my face. I'm doing this little picture-in-picture here so you can see that I'm a real instructor. I work on campus during the semester and every once in a while I do an online class. And here's JavaScript. You should have received an email with a login. And I'm going to go ahead and type in my login right now. And once we get logged on, I'll introduce you to the screen and show you how to complete the lessons. Now, I don't think my face adds a whole lot of that, so I'm going to disconnect the video part of this and just go over the screen and show you how it works. Here's the screen as it appears when you first log on. You notice I'm on lesson 1 right here. Across the top is our navigation bar. This is where you can access past lessons. Right now we're on lesson 1, so you can see we can access homework 1, exercise 1, lab 1, and so on. When we get to lessons 2 and 3 and 4, you'll see past lessons on this drop-down menu. The course info is very important. You can get to the syllabus here, a lesson outline that shows you each lesson name, and a change the password. If you want to change your password, go ahead and change your password. There's also a log out button. Make sure you log out. If you're using this on campus, when you're done with the computer, log out of the system so no one else can get onto your account. Here in the top in this red area is the instructor's message. This is a very generic one I made in August 2018. The class is designed for 2 lessons per week. You have to complete 2 online lessons per week. So in this case, lesson 1 should be done by this Friday and lesson 2 should be done by next Monday. As the semester progresses, I'll update this area to let you know when lessons are due, when the midterm's coming, things like that. Here's the name of the class you're currently taking, Computer Science 190 JavaScript. If you're taking me for multiple classes, this might not say JavaScript. Under course info, if you have me for multiple classes, you can switch between the classes under course info. Right now, I'm only signed on to one class, so this is the only option I see. But if you have me for multiple sections, you have to switch between the courses here under course info. Here is my particular information. My name is Chris Ferguson. This is my logon email address. And my current lesson is, here's where the action happens. This bar right here, this button bar, if you will, is lesson number 1. You can see I have video 1, lecture 1, homework 1, exercises 1, lab 1, and quiz 1. Currently, I am making video 1, and video 1 will go here when it's done. However, I put video 2 up here just for short term because I don't have this video ready. It's the video I'm making right now. There's also a part 2 link that says go to the second video for this lesson. You can see you can switch between the videos by clicking on this link. Your video 1 will look slightly different. As I say, I'm currently making that video that I plan to plug in there for video 1. Let's talk about the screen setup while we're looking at it. I kind of like this width of the screen because I can see the buttons across the screen and my video shows up in its entirety there. You can make the screen wider if you prefer. You could also make it narrower. Now this is designed to collapse. If you're using a cell phone, you might see the screen in this small window. There's the menu bar across the top with its videos and its lecture notes and homework and all that good stuff. There's the course info. This works just like a cell phone menu should look, and you can collapse and uncollapse it using the 3 lines there. You can see my buttons went vertical. Again, if you're on a cell phone, you want to see these as vertical buttons, not horizontal. But it's the same thing. Lecture 1, homework 1, exercise 1. Here's the videos. The videos look surprisingly good on a cell phone. I'd say of all the course content on it, watching the videos on the cell phone works the best of all of them. Sometimes doing the exercises or homeworks doesn't work very well on a cell phone, but it works great for the video. The videos look good on large format screens and they look good on small formats. So that's what it'll look like when you log on using a cell phone. Now let's bring it back to normal size like we're using a computer screen. Once again, I kind of like the width of the screen so I can see the buttons across and the video all in one screen. That's how you want your screen set up when you start these lessons. There is some more stuff down here. When you complete lessons, an archive or links to past lessons will come here. If you have me for multiple classes, there'll be more links to switch between classes down here. But for the most part, that's the whole screen. And most of the time, you'll use these drop-down menus to switch between current and past lessons. Speaking of lessons, we need to complete lesson 1 by Friday. What does that mean, complete lesson 1? Well, number 1, it means watch the videos. Watch the video 1 and watch part 2 video. Then it says do the lecture, homework, exercise, lab, and quiz. This lesson bar is designed to be executed from left to right. Watch the videos first, then do the lectures, then do the homeworks until you get to the quiz and complete the lesson by taking the quiz. Videos are easy, just watch the videos. The lectures are designed to be interactive. Here's lecture 1. You read the lecture, of course, but as you'll notice, I'll ask you every once in a while to type something in and see what happens. As I type something in this particular case, it changes the screen. I want you to interact. As you are reading the lessons, make sure that you click on the links and type into the fields and do what the lesson says. Here's some color highlighted code. That is the actual JavaScript of this program. And you'll notice when I give you a programming example, just below it is the link that does what the code above it does. So if I click on that, it says you want to jump to CNN. If I hit OK, it jumps to CNN. If I click on the link and hit cancel, it doesn't make the jump. I always try to put interactive examples in the lecture notes, and I want you to try the code. Click on the links when it presents you a link. Type in the field when it asks you to type into the field. So after you watch the video, make sure that you read the lecture. Make sure you click on the links. Make sure that you try out the code that I give you. When I do display JavaScript code, I try to do it in a color-coded format. Here's one more example. Make sure that you click on the links and try them out. So that's the lecture. Please read the lecture after you watch the video. Next up is a homework button. Homework is like homework should be. It answers a series of questions and get instant grading on it. HTML file can contain a mixture of HTML and JavaScript code. That is a true statement. So I'll answer true to that one. What kind of language is HTML? That is a markup language. JavaScript. Oh, I don't want to answer all of these. Let's go ahead and answer a few of them. Let's see, who's talking here? Bob says, Ooh, I think Jim is the one that's not telling the truth here. So the answer to that is Jim. So I purposely left a couple of them blank because I don't want to give you the whole homework number 1. And I want to show you what happens when you get them right and when you get them wrong. I got the first 2 correct. It's telling me that. I did not answer 3, so of course it's incorrect. I did not answer 4. It's incorrect. I did get 5 correct. So out of the 5, I got 3 out of 5 correct. Here's a summary of all my answers down at the bottom. Whether you look at the correct and incorrect above here or whether you look at the summary, I don't care. The important thing is I only did 3 out of 5. You can retake these homeworks. I hope you go back and answer some of the other questions and get a better thing. 3 out of 5 is not a good score. JavaScript cannot be added to HTML using the source tag. That's actually false. And you can see I now got 4 out of 5. Of course, I'd hope you keep going till you get 5 out of 5. It's important to complete as many of these problems as you possibly can. Now, missing 1 here or there won't be a big deal. But if you start getting a lot of 2s out of 5s, that will impact your grade. So make sure that you keep answering the homework questions till you get it right. You can submit this a few times if you like. Just keep going. Get 5 out of 5. Now back to your lesson plan. It'll take us back to the main screen. So we've watched the video. We read the lecture. We did the homework. You can see I got my 4 out of 5. The 4 is listed right there on the homework. Time for the programming exercises. Now the programming exercises are not meant to be hard, especially in the beginning. The early programming exercises are meant to be easier. Copy and paste a function. What does that mean? Let me grab something here while I'm at it. Exercise 1-1, copy and paste a function. Copy and paste the confirm link function from the lecture. Change the name of the function to jump link. Should be easy. Copy, paste, change one word. Now the exercises are often accomplished by reading the lecture. What I'm going to do is go find the confirm link function from the lecture. Open up here in split screen. Find the function, copy and paste it. That's all the exercise meant to do. It says change the function name to jump link. So there I go with that. Copy, paste, change one word. I've done that. Let's submit the exercise. Boom! It says it likes it. JavaScript verifies the function jump link exists in your code. Return to exercises. You can see one attempt, one completed. Now look at this 3 required. This 3 required is important. The exercises are meant to be repeated, to try them over and over. So I am not done with this exercise. I need to go ahead and copy and paste the function again. Change the name. As long as I copy and paste the correct function and change the name, I'll get a success right there. That's what I'm looking for, is the word success. If it says I'm wrong, if I'm incorrect, I don't get credit for that. So I'm looking for the word success, and now I've done 2 out of 2. One more. Again, this is meant to be repetitive, to try things multiple times to make sure you get it. The name of the function is right after the word function. So I got to make sure that I change the name of a function correctly. And boom, there's my 3rd one. When I return this time, you'll see good job, exercise complete. Future attempts are not required. Doesn't mean you can't go back and do more, but it means you've fulfilled my minimum requirement of 3 successful completions. Here's the second one. Call a function. Please create an HTML link that calls jump link and passes it this web address. You do not need to write JavaScript, only an HTML link. Big hint. Start with a copy and paste of the HTML link from the lecture. Change 2 lines. There's a link from the lecture. Boom. Copy and paste that. Now, what do I want to do? I want to call jump link. So I'll call jump link, and I want to go to ABC News. So I'll change the CNN to an ABC News. And if I build my HTML link correctly, boom, I get a success. Now I have 1 submittal and 1 successful, and of course I have to go through and do this 3 times. You'll see that it varies it a lot more because you've got 2 things to change. You'll be doing a different link every time. I am not quite done until this says 3 successful completions, but I don't need to do all of them here. I don't want to do all your work for you. And you can see I'm up to 4. This should be a 6 here. It showed me I have 4 successful completions. I should have 6 if I did 3 plus 3. But it's time to move on. Let's go to the next section. Again, this button bar here is designed to be completed left to right. Watch the video first, read the lecture, do the homeworks, do the exercises, then move on to the lab. The lab is where you build web pages. The lab is going to have you go out on a free hosting site and set up a web page. And all you're going to do here is a very simple Lab 1 assignment and include a student.js file. It's a simple lab assignment once you have your web page set up. I gave you some links to go set up free web hosting sites here. I've got a video for how to set up a hosting site. We don't need to play that. You can watch it. That's the part 2 video out on the main screen, and it's there also. You can always use your own website. If you already have a web page, create a JavaScript folder or /JS folder, and you can build on your own web page the work you need to do here for the lab. The lab is your JavaScript resume. Nobody believes you that you can write JavaScript until you show them the web pages that uses it. So the lab is a required portion of the class. I'll grade your web page halfway through the course, and I'll grade it at the end of the course. You have to build the web pages to complete your lesson. As far as lesson 1, I'll be pleased as punch after lesson 1 you have a web page up and running. If it takes you to lesson 2 to get it up and running, that's fine too. But do your lab work every time. Every lesson will have a lab link that you must complete. Next up is the quiz. The quiz is the confirmation that you're done. The quiz tells me when you take quiz 1, it tells me you're ready to move on to lesson 2. Quiz is a simple multiple choice. Pick the answer down below that best satisfies the question and we're ready to go. There are several ways to add comments to the HTML file and our JavaScript. Which answer best describes this way? Okay, that looks to me like a single line JavaScript comment. So let's find single line JavaScript comment. This is a JavaScript single line comment. That's H, so I'm going to put H here. Which of the following script tags will add a JavaScript file to an HTML file? It's a script tag. Word source is spelled out. That's not correct. This one, source is src. This one, C, is the answer to the second question. Where is JavaScript placed in an HTML file? That sounds like a trick question. Between script tags, I think the best answer for number 3 is JavaScript is placed between the script tags. So I'll put a P in there. Now I'll put, X's in these last two to get them wrong, show you what happens when I get them wrong. I submit the quiz, and correct answers are in green, incorrect answers are in red. I also put a little indicator, $signs and XXX's for correct ones and incorrect ones. So you can see I've gotten 3 correct out of the 5. Once again, you can take these quizzes as many times as you want. It does kind of scramble the questions and answers every time, so you have to go back and retake the whole quiz. But now that I've completed quiz 1 and returned to the main screen, look what happened. I am now on lesson number 2. If you look carefully at my button bar, I'm on to video 2 with a part 1 and a part 2 video. I'm on to lecture 2. I'm on to exercise 2. This is a whole new set of work to do on lesson 2. That's what you do to advance between lessons. When you take the quiz, you advance to the next lesson. When I take quiz 2, I will move on to lesson 3. Also, notice on the drop-down menus, things have changed. We're currently on lesson 2, so at the top of the drop-down video is video 2. And I can switch to video 2. I can also go back and look at video 1 if I need to. I can also go back and look at part 2 video 1. I can go back to lecture 1. I can go between any completed lesson. I can go back using these drop-down menus. Remember how I didn't quite finish exercise 1? If I want to go back and finish exercise 1, I can go back and finish exercise 1. Or if I want to, I can go to exercise number 2. Each lesson has a number, lesson 2, lesson 3, lesson 4, lesson 5. As you complete lessons, you'll see your old lessons on the drop-down menu. Well, there you have it. That's a quick overview of how you complete the lessons and how you log on. Remember, it's 2 lessons per week. I didn't quite finish lesson 1. You can see here on my drop-down menu under the homework, I only got 4 out of 5 on the homework. You can see on the exercises, I only got 4 out of 6. You can see on the quiz, right now I only have 3 out of 5. Of course, you want to get full score if you can. Quiz number 1, top score would be 5 out of 5. So you can always go back, retake quiz 1, and try and get 5 out of 5. What else can you do? You can go back and retake exercise 1 and try and get full credit for exercise 1. You can go back to homework 1 and try and get full credit. Or if you're ready to move on, do homework 2. There's a new homework. Now, should I jump to homework 2 and do it right now? Absolutely not. Each lesson is designed to be completed left to right. Do the video first, watch it, read the lecture, then do the homework, then do the exercise, then do the lab, and when you're all done with all of this, take quiz number 2, and when you complete quiz number 2, you'll move on to lesson number 3. Remember, what you need to do is 2 lessons per week. Also, you can see down at the bottom, here's my archive. I finished lesson 1, so here's a listing of a past lesson. You can always go back and complete work that you didn't do before. There you have it. There's my quick rundown of setting up and running the lessons. Hope you do well. Remember, it's 2 lessons per week. At the end of every week, I'll run a quick little report showing you what you did. Got to finish by the end of the week. You'll notice I skipped a few things in here. I still have time before the end of the week and go back to finish lesson 1. So don't feel like you have to do everything at once, but at the end of each week, make sure you have 2 lessons completed. Thank you, and we'll see you during the rest of the class. Remember to log out when you're done.